The kind of black you think you'd smash into like a wall if you were to run into it. The woman was gone. "Some lady threw a baby down it," I said. Virgie looked at me some more. "Down the well?" I nodded. She laughed, and I knew without looking at her she was rolling her eyes. "Hush up and go inside." "She did." My mouth was still the only part of me I could make work. It felt like I'd taken root in the floorboards. "Nobody's been near our well. Quit telling stories." She knew I didn't tell stories. I swallowed hard, and it loosened my feet. I pushed myself up and took a step toward the well. "She was too. A big woman with a baby in her arms, and she threw her baby in without saying a thing. Why would she do it with you watching her?" She said it like she was grown up, not just 14 and only 5 years older than me. "She didn't see me." My voice was high, and my chest ached with wanting her to believe. At the well, I tried to slide the cover back, but it was too heavy. "Look, in here." "You don't have a lick of sense." "Virgie," I was begging. She looked a little bit sorry and came over to stroke my hair like Mama did when I got upset. "Were you daydreaming? Maybe you saw somebody walk by the porch and you imagined it." "No, we have to look in the well." "How do you know it was a baby?" "It was." "Was it crying?" "No." Finally she looked worried, looking out at the night instead of looking at me. "Somebody might have thrown some garbage or something in there out of spite. But who'd do it?" "It wasn't garbage. It was a baby. And I'm going to tell Papa." I turned and marched off toward the front porch, going back through the house with Virgie right behind me. That last week in August, the nighttime wind was enough to cool your face, but not enough to carry off a day's worth of sunshine. The sun was twice its normal size at the tail end of summer. We'd all stay outside until it was about time to go to bed. Papa and Mama were in their rockers, with Mama shelling peas and Papa smoking a cigarette. They were lit from the lights in the den. Papa was still smudged, even though he'd washed and washed his face and hands. He was bluish instead of black. Virgie announced it before I could. "Tess says she saw somebody throw something in the well." Papa caught my arm and pulled me over to him. He curled one arm around my waist and set me on his lap. I reached down and felt the leather of his hand, snuggled closer to him. "What did you see, Tessie?" "It was a woman, Papa, and she had a baby in her arms, wrapped up, and she threw it in the well." I spoke slowly and carefully. Papa used his knuckle to nudge my chin up. "It's awful dark out back. Maybe you just saw some shadows." I shook my head until a curl popped loose from my ribbon. They were always coming loose. Virgie had gotten her blonde angel hair bobbed to her shoulders, and she curled it like in magazines at the newsstand. "I saw her. I did. I was sitting by the door, and I was getting too chilled, so I was going to come in, but then I saw her walking up the back road. I didn't know her, but she was coming right straight here. So I sat and waited and nearly said hello to her when she got to the steps. But then she didn't walk towards the door at all. She stopped at the well. She looked around, moved the cover, and tossed a baby in, and then she left. I think maybe somebody tossed an old sack of trash or maybe a dead squirrel or something in there just for meanness," Virgie said. I looked straight at Papa. "I swear it was a baby." "Don't ever swear, Tess," he said, with a little shake of his head, looking back toward the dark. 2 lightning bugs went off at the same time. Mama looked puzzled, the lines in her forehead deeper than usual. "Why would she throw it in our well?" Virgie looked mad at me. "Now you've upset Mama."
Albert. I didn't believe her when she told me, even though her face was white as chalk.